Well, another morning. It's windy up here high, but it's the best vantage point. And we got 2 sick hunters at camp. Everyone's got some sort of bug. So I'm gonna try to find a deer. Me and Brian are up here, and maybe we'll find something. Maybe we won't, but we're gonna try. Stay with, watch. We'll show you how not to kill a Coues deer before it's all done. Unbelievable, not a single deer. Doesn't seem possible that I could overlook this entire basin and not see a deer.
See that slope right here in front of us?
Oh, right here, close.
Right here, close. See that crack right there on the right?
Yeah.
Little spot. 2 does are standing there. And the buck was down below. They went into that fold right there. Right. And they went up to cut and disappeared in the trees. I didn't see them go up toward the rock.
There's 2 of them. There's one of them, the buck. Oh yeah, there he is.
So we got a bunch of deer out here, and the gritty man himself went after him, Randy Call, and we're not sure how it's going to work out. So Brian is somewhere down below us here working his way out to those deer, and I think his idea is he's going to get there and just kind of find a spot nearby to hold camp and hope that that buck, while he's rutting and chasing those deer, that they come by him. But right now there's a lot closer than those ones. There's a bunch of deer standing up. I don't know if they smell or hear Brian working his way through there, but I can see 2 deer that just stood up.
It's gonna be hard to get archery range of that buck with that doe down low like that.
So right now Brian is just leaving these trees. He must have figured out that the deer are on the other side or something, because he's walking straight up the ridge. He's a little bit right of where the deer just disappeared over the ridge. Now he's out on that rock ledge. He's ranging something. He ranged it. Now he's adjusting his sight for whatever the range was. He's gonna shoot. He's at full draw right now. There he shot. He's looking. He's grabbing another arrow. I don't know if that's good or bad. Huh. Slumping shoulders is never a good deal.
I'll tell this story once, and after that, never again. Because I'm going over the hill and I'm looking, and I keep looking, and I'm just kind of, I'm like, okay, how fast should I go here? You know, naturally he followed the doe, and they ran down, and this is just a straight up cliff, like the hardcore cliff. So I ran down to the cliff and got to the edge of the cliff, and I'm looking down there like, okay, and it's a long way down, so they've got to be running around. I mean, they got to pop out somewhere. And he comes to this opening, and I range him. He's 80 yards. I'm at full draw, and I just kind of settled and waited, and shot goes off. And he's standing there. When the shot goes off, he just stands there, and that arrow is coming at him, and he like does that and then jumps forward, and the arrow is like right where he was at, like, because I went down there later, but I could tell he wasn't in the space where the arrow was. He didn't leave with the other two, the does he was with. He went into this thicket and stopped. He's in that thicket, and I think, but he's a long way off now, and I see that monkey thing. What do you call it?
Coatimundi.
Coatimundi. And it's like walking through the trees, and it's got that giant tail straight up in the air. And it's just like doing this thing, and I was like, what is that? And he's running up the hill, and I'm like, doesn't stop him, and I go, trying to, just something, a squeak. That stupid monkey thing was like 20 yards away, and it's like, and it comes charging at me through tall grass like this, and I'm like, and I'm the one who's filming, because I'm like getting back, and I'm like, and he stops, and I get my fumbling for the arrow, and I draw the bow, and he charges like 3 times and stops and charges, and he's going. So I'm at full draw, and I'm like stepping back, and I'm trying to get a shot on him. He turns out he's 8 yards away. I ranged it later, but I put my 20 right on him, right on his chest, and I was like, okay. But it was a bit of a rush shot because he kept coming at me and stopping and coming at me and stopping. So I shot, and dude, that arrow, I thought I pinwheeled him, and the thing, it jumps in the air, and it rolls on its back, and it's like through the grass, and I'm like, oh, he's doing the death thing. I'm fumbling for a new arrow, and he jumps up, starts running. They're not very fast, so I'm like running after him, and I run like, I'm not kidding you, like 180 yards, like after this thing. We're weaving around corners, and that's when the binos fell out, and he keeps looking behind me, and he'll stop for a sec, and I think I could wind him. I think I could outrun him. But then he went through these cracks in that cliff and straight up, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. Yeah. The way he acted when I shot him, you'd think he'd got skewered. So I go over there, and there's no blood at all on that arrow. Man, I'm so disappointed.
So he was coming after you, though.
Oh yeah, like next time you're near a Coatimundi call, yeah, do a predator call like that. Just get up there and. Man, he heard that. He came hardcore. Like I think he heard a rabbit in distress, and he was, there's dinner.
What are we doing today, Hank?
Hunting antelope jackrabbits.
Oh God, you're even dressed for the occasion.
I am. Did you see? The Jackalope Lounge. Today, we're down here in southern Arizona. And you know, most people have seen jackalopes at like Wall Drug and old places like that. What you don't know is that getting an actual Boone and Crockett jackalope can be a difficult proposition. So that's why they're so expensive when you buy them at shops like that, because an actual Boone and Crockett buck jackalope is typically hard to find. We're probably going to see mostly does here, but last time Johnathan got a real nice, it scored about 65. Which was real good. I mean, you don't necessarily count eye guards on jackalopes in Arizona, but a lot of times we'll fudge it a bit, and we'll include all the different points on the jackalope.
This is Jacklandia. We have a real high concentration of jackrabbits in this area. They're the antelope jackrabbits. I get phone calls every year about people wanting to hunt jackalopes, as they've heard. But, and there's a long story of how Arizona got involved in this mess, but because we have a rabbit called an antelope jackrabbit, this continues to persist about southern Arizona. These are one of the biggest jackrabbits size-wise in North America. They're super fast. They're really kind of neat. They only come up into Arizona and then further south into Sonora, Mexico. Just a whole lot of this is going to be just like a spot and stalk deer hunt, just jackrabbits. So it's always been fun, and we've got an area here that's got some little more open shooting lanes that don't have a lot of cactus, which is what we're kind of shooting for in the early part of the day. We'll move into some thicker territory later on if we're not as successful, but usually a lot of fun. They hold real tight, and like I said, it's like a spot and stalk deer hunt, so just for rabbits.
He's heavy. Wow. That was like the opposite of yesterday. It went so perfectly. I was walking around and I saw this scrape area and I saw distinct jackrabbit footprints. And then I just looked around me and I saw him hopping, and he hopped away at that slow lope, not the, oh, I'm getting the hell out of here. And so I just sort of did what I do with ducks if I'm chasing them. I sort of sideways stepped to him and got him in range, and there was a bunch of bushes between me, but I got close enough and there was this little break in the branches, so I just leaned down and shot through the hole in the branches, and he was stone dead. Like perfect, textbook perfect. God, he's enormous. Whew. So, saw this one. He held long enough for me to get a shot on him sitting still. I don't know if I hit him with the first shot, but he ran, fortunately, in the line of sight where I could see him, and I got him with the second. And I saw him zipping this way, and it turns out he was already thrashing. He was done. That is a pretty special animal. All right, let's go.
Yeah, so it cooled down a little bit, so he decided to run out and try and chase some gambles down in this mesquite country. See if we can find some of Johnathan and Hank are out, and Holly are out chasing rabbits and gambles without a dog, so that'll be fun. And then got one guy that's down sick, and then we got some other stuff they're working on today. So decided to go see what we can do, have a little afternoon, and see if we can find some gambles quail. There's tracks right here, those are all quail tracks. It's freaking Merns, dude.
Were they?
I'm almost positive. So I got that one. Find it, Shy. Really unexpected. We're down here chasing gambles in mesquite grass, and Shy went on point, and 3 Merns came up. And I got lucky enough to get a male. Beautiful birds. Good girl, hold. That's awesome when she gets those retrieved. I don't have to walk up the hill.
Good girl, Silo.
Heck yeah.
Good girl. Hold. We'll go find that one later. Yep. I look at the colors on that one. I know the sun's right, but look at the head. I had a girl, Jilo. Yeah, I had a pretty successful afternoon. We just out looking for gambles, stumbled on some Merns. Now we're going to take just a little drive around and see if we happen to find the whitetail that Marcus can get out and throw an arrow at. So we'll see how that goes too.